The story, or rather the ballad of Mundane Matt, is one that's been well documented, one that's been covered relentlessly by countless YouTubers for the past month or so. However, the story, or the ballad of Mundane Matt, continues in a, well, rather unexpected manner to say the least. In fact, Mundane Matt was recently exposed again, this time for something that's not really scummy, rather something that's just really painfully cringy and embarrassing to look at. In fact, just talking about this is already, it hurts. It hurts. You know that meme, when Ethan Ralph on the Ralph Retort was like, Matt, no! That's how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling Matt, no. Because, what we're about to talk about just is so unbearably cringy. It just makes me wonder, how could he have possibly thought this would be a good idea? Like, who in their right mind could think, you know what, this is a great thing to tweet? So what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about Mundane Matt's old tweets getting exposed. Now, Mundane Matt, as we are already well established, is a rather peculiar individual. He's rather interesting. He's kind of an awkward person. One person that I was talking to when the whole initial Mundane Matt story broke out suggested to me that they think Mundane Matt has autism. Now, I don't know if Matt has autism, but he's definitely weird, socially awkward, and cringy, and these tweets definitely confirm that. Now, I'm not going to read you the tweets because it's pretty AIDS. I'm not going to subject myself to that, but I will show them on screen, and you can just take a look real quick if you really are that inclined to see what he's saying. Now, I'm not trying to jump to some sort of moral outrage or something. I'm not trying to be like, oh, Matt's a terrible person for tweeting these. Matt is a terrible person, but it's not because of these tweets. It's because more of the taking money away from creators just because he doesn't agree with their opinion of the sort. This right here, it's not really something that's, wrong, on that type of standpoint. It's just something that's just really cringy. It's like he's trying to be this over-the-top internet edgelord, and it's just not working because, over the top, edgy people who are famous and well known typically because, what they're saying while edgy is also funny and has a greater point to it. What Matt's just saying here, it's just pure cringe. It's just pure AIDS, honestly. I mean, when you connect the tweets together, it just looks even worse. Now, there is one tweet that Drumr828 did make about the Matt situation, about these tweets getting exposed, that I think is not only inaccurate, but also incredibly dangerous towards the whole comedy scene altogether. And what is that tweet? Well, let me show you just now. So here we have Drumr828's tweet. Now, this is in response to the Ralph Retort, who posted a screenshot of Jeff Holiday's defense of Mundane Matt. Well, here's what Drumr828 had to say, and this tweet got a notable amount of attention, including Ethan Ralph liking it, so obviously Ralph is agreeing with Drumr's statement here, and I think this statement right here is dangerous. Well, let's read it. He's a good person that drinks his own juices, sells his sister's underwear, false flags other YouTubers, lies endlessly, and is most likely, based on his own admissions, is a pedophile. If that's Jeff Holiday's definition of a good person, then I wonder what Jeff Holiday is into. Yikes, this is not exactly the type of tweet that I would consider something that's good for the community. He's taking everything that Matt says in his joke tweets, although cringy, seriously. He's taking jokes seriously. If you look at any of these tweets, it's very obvious that these are jokes. I'm highly interested if Drumr828 was a supporter of James Gunn. If you don't remember, James Gunn's old tweets were jokes about him being a pedophile, resulting in him getting fired over jokes. Yes, you could argue that these jokes weren't necessary to make in the slightest, and that they weren't necessarily the best thing to type on Twitter. But the fact of the matter is that people took these jokes seriously and actually tried to make it out like James Gunn was a pedophile when there's no evidence whatsoever that he is. Drumr828 is doing the same thing here. He's making it out like Matt's an actual pedophile for the edgy jokes Matt was making. Now, whether or not Mundane Matt is a pedophile is entirely unknown, so we can't just label him as a pedophile over old jokes. Isn't that what SJWs do? The same people that are supposed enemies? Isn't that what SJWs are always doing? Labeling jokes that are offensive in nature as serious. Just like how saying a racist joke doesn't make you a racist person, saying a joke about being a pedophile doesn't instantly label you as a pedophile. I feel like that's basic common sense. So while we can sit here and laugh at how cringy and how over the top Mundane Matt's tweets are, That's not evidence of him being a pedophile. And if you're gonna label him as a pedophile, then you're leading a slippery, dangerous slope, and it is something that I see as dangerous for comedy in general. We can all sit here and bash on Mundane Matt, but remember that what Mundane Matt is doing is no different than what James Gunn was doing. And while you can sit there and bash Mundane Matt just like you could bash James Gunn, don't call them a pedophile, because there's no evidence that they're pedophiles, and that's simply just completely dangerous to the whole edgy comedy sphere on the internet as it is. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is AugieRFC. If you enjoyed it, you know what button to press. Subscribe if you're new. Check me out on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, and I will see you guys on the next video. We'll also be talking about another YouTuber that may be false flagging him. Particularly large YouTubers, so stay tuned for that, and until then, I will see you guys later. Peace out, guys.
My thoughts are like a bright symphony. I'm simply changing everything that I begin to see mentally, but physically I plan to change history with a pen, notepad, and a distant dream. But distance ain't an obstacle, that's too much. I'm closer than you think to the stars, nigga, look up. See an adolescent with impressive rhymes, chasing dimes, not the kind that want cash, but the ones that's inside of my pocket, while I pocket some of these profits.